Hi, this is Jean Marie Jobs. I'm an executive coach and trainer with Novus Global. Today, I want to explore a phenomenon that I call victory blindness. Now that might sound strange, so stay with me while I unpack it. Let's imagine that all of us do the things we do for a reason. We're intentional beings at every level, whether those intentions are conscious or unconscious. So everything we do for a reason. We're getting something out of it. Let's call it a payoff. We get a benefit from it. We also, of course, pay prices for the choices we make. But let's look at the payoffs. When I talk about victory blindness, what I've noticed in myself and in people I work with, and clients in trainings, that there is a tendency to not want to see the areas where I'm winning. That seems illogical. Why would I not want to see my wins? Why would I not want to see the things that are turning out that I'm good at? Let's play with that for a minute, and maybe you can relate as we go along. What would be the benefit or payoff by being blind to or not seeing where I'm winning in life? It's really easy to get caught in a loop of being motivated by the conversation, I can't do enough. Nothing I do is enough. And while on one hand that can sound like a burden, if we keep it around long enough, we're probably getting something out of it. We're probably using it for another purpose. Sometimes it can become a habit of using I'm not enough, or I can't do enough, or I can't fix it as a motivator. And one of the payoffs is I don't have to take ownership of my gifting. I don't have to take ownership of the ways that I contribute to my team, to my family, to this world. And the benefit of that is I also don't need to be responsible then. Because if people really know what I'm great at and the things I do well, that sounds like pressure to me. And I don't want that. So one of the payoffs for living in victory blindness is I don't have to be on the hook. I don't have to own my contribution. Another payoff for victory blindness is it's just comfortable. It's more comfortable. I get to play at about 50 to 60%, and that's good enough. I don't really have to challenge myself. I don't have to risk anything. I don't have to risk failing. I don't have to risk learning. I don't have to engage the discomfort of growth because my 50% is pretty darn good. And even if I'm winning with that 50%, I don't need to challenge myself. Another one is expectation management. I don't want people to expect things from me. I don't want to be in a position to perform or feel like I need to perform. So I just lower the expectation so that I can either exceed them anytime I want, or I can be off the hook in a sense to perform or feel any pressure. Victory blindness also allows me to be in control. I get to decide when I play full in and when I don't. I get to decide when I'm actually winning. And sometimes it's a benefit just to think I'm not ever winning. What do I get out of that? That sounds terrible. Well, that can also be a way to lower my own expectations. Not ever winning can be a way to maintain the narrative that I can't do enough and I'm not enough. And some of us use that as fuel. Some of us use that to motivate us to keep going. 9 times out of 10, maybe 10 times out of 10, if I'm talking to a client and they say, I just feel like I'm not doing enough, and I ask, what does enough look like? They don't have an answer to that. We don't really know what enough looks like. We just have this internal sense of it's not enough or I'm not enough. And we use it over and over again as a way, perhaps, to avoid stepping into the goodness, the greatness that we are here to create for ourselves and for other people. Now let's look at the other side. There's also a lot of prices for victory blindness. We don't get to enjoy wins. We don't get to celebrate. There's no acknowledgement. It's exhausting. It fuels scarcity and striving, and other people pay prices as well. Other people don't get to enjoy celebrating with us. Other people might feel like if they acknowledge us or say, hey, you did a great job, we get very busy saying, no, it's not really anything. No, it's not really enough. It didn't turn out the way I wanted. And in that way, we reject people and their perspective, their encouragement, their acknowledgement, and creates an experience of being devalued. So both parties are being devalued, so that's a double price. When you're playing with payoffs and prices, the payoffs are always something that you enjoy, and the prices are always something that you and other people pay. Where in your life are you playing the game of victory blindness? I'm not seeing the win. I need to keep beating myself up for XYZ. Maybe I rehash things that happened a really long time ago, and I use those regrets or disappointments to keep me on this treadmill of not enough, this treadmill of disappointment, because, it's familiar, and familiarity is its own payoff. What would it look like if instead of operating in victory blindness, you chose to acknowledge where you were winning and acknowledge where other people were winning and allow other people to acknowledge your wins and pause and celebrate and appreciate? What kind of energy would that bring with it? What would it open up for you? What would you create if you just decided, today, it's enough? If you saw yourself in this video, if you could say, yeah, there are times that I operate in victory blindness, then like, subscribe, share it with a friend, make a comment, book a call. I'd love to connect.